What's going on, everybody? It's Richard Handhelds 24. So yesterday, late at last night, I was showing off the Xenia, and it was working out better than I thought it was with a bunch of games. But I was having troubles with my controls. I think I fixed it. So we're gonna test that out today, just real quick, to see if what I did help with the fix. And it's not to say that you'll experience this if you have a handheld with built-in controls. They should just register. But if you do run into a problem like that, like my right stick was not working and I was missing like 2 buttons, so I'm gonna see if what I did basically fixed that. It was not hard at all. I thought I was gonna have to go through a crazy way of remapping, but I did not have to do that. So we're gonna test out some games. Where is it? Right here. Alright, we'll do John Woo first because did it pick perfect targets? Whatever, that's fine. It really doesn't matter. Yesterday I was saying I don't need a fan. I'm not gonna say I do. Did it go? Oh yeah, let's see. Oh no, it didn't. Hey, that's my bad. We're good. I'll zoom in. Focus. I mean, that's unavoidable from this guy. Yeah, sometimes I can't tell if it like crashed or if it's still going. And this is with the Falcon backend. I didn't change it from yesterday. This will just be a quick test with this game. Obviously I loaded it up before and I used my right stick and it worked, so I want to make sure that I can shoot and do all the other things, and then we'll move on to something else. Okay, now that we look down, yay, look up. It's just a little slow, so let's see if we can slightly improve this. You know, we have to max them out and stuff, and probably not gonna do anything. Turn it on to very on high. This could be off. See, this game suffers from the memory issue where it'll stop working. Oh, the guns work, but the characters aren't there. Like I said, this, if I could tweak the memory, but since I'm using the FX core, you know, it is what it is, but maybe, let's see. This one definitely needs like some tweaking. But the point is, I got this working the right way, and I'm not sure what all the buttons do. So that kind of sucks. And that works. But see the graphical issues, This guy's look at his hair. Oh yeah. You got to have it on the digital click. See, I don't even know where these guys are. They're invisible. But again, this is just the beginning with Xbox 360. And I feel like this way it's not like official, obviously, because we're just cheating the system. But I still think we're off to a better start than we were with RPCS3 with and there's no guy right there, but even this gameplay is pretty dang good. Just had to tweak one setting to get my inputs to be correct. And again, if you have an Odin or you know, something like a Gen 3, you're gonna have better compatibility with driver support than Elite, you know. Let's see. Let's do Street Fighter again, just because. Well, actually, let me show you what I did. And this is a weird situation because you're not gonna have. I don't think a lot of people are gonna have this where tablets hook to this by USB-C and it's not registering and it's like a controller pad. So who knows, you know, but for the sole sake of someone wanting to know, if you have trouble with these controls, you can fix them. And it's very simple, but you're gonna have to do it in the Xenia. So we're gonna go, I need to bring it closer, I cannot see. Xenia, Canary, all right. So remember the Xenia emulator that you're using, just make sure you get into that folder, and then you can right click, and we're going to go to edit, and we're going to make this bigger. And actually, let's see if this works. If I just click down. Oh, it does work. Cool. Alright. So yeah, this for controls, it's like at the bottom basically. Alright. So, or it's towards the bottom, I should say. Like, this is what I'm talking about. These things are very hidden when you have to do it manually, but it's not to say that things can be fixed. So you see this like key bind, like, oh man, like, oh, left thumbstick down, all this. Oh no, right? Honestly, that's not what I had to look at, though I did skim it. I was like, oh, this is it. Where's my mouse? Come on, man. Alright, so HID was equal to nothing, right? Input system use any NOP, sorry, bring closer, NOP, SDL, Winky, whatever that is, and then X input. So I just put X input and then I saved it. Yep. And now my controls work. They were kind of working, but not quite. And we're gonna further investigate that with Street Fighter. I think that game will be just fine to test out the buttons to make sure that they all respond correctly. And then I want to show something else off that I'm working on, but it's not done. Street Fighter, yeah. Oh my god, the one time it wants to actually respond. I think I did this Street Fighter was with you guys, and I did it with D3DD or D3D12. I didn't try it with Vulcan, so maybe it'll be better. Yeah, this thing's does not need a charger. Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Oh, the fan just went up. Oh, yeah, of course. I don't know, like we got a black screen here. Chong-Li, but what do we just agree to? Okay. That sucks because I don't want to have to go back into the editor and change it to D3D. Let's just try it one more time with Vulcan. That's kind of what I was looking at before it was... And it was weird too because... It's not weird. It's just, I remember when I first started messing around with Xenia with... What was it? Had to be the Raw Gala X. It sucked because you know I had to change settings like that, but when I got the updated manager, it was like 2 settings. You do either Vulcan or D3D12, and D3D12 worked very well with AMD. And it's like they recommend to everybody online was you need to use Vulcan, Vulcan, Vulcan. But when I was playing Crackdown, that game specifically was like the only game I had on there. There was no stuttering. It worked perfectly fine with D3D12. That's what I was like, okay, I know it's supposed to use Vulcan, but I was like, let me see if D3D12 will work, if there's any difference. We'll try Street Fighter one more time. If it doesn't work, we're just going to go on to Perfect Dark, because then again, that has to be a custom configuration, which... I'm sure we could probably edit that. Like, there needs to be a better UI, a better interface that we could get our hands on, where we don't have to do this. Because I'm thinking I'll have to edit this game specifically for a different, for D3D12 if we can't get any loading screens. Or maybe I just need to be patient and not skip through this so fast. But I can't wait. Yeah. This should be. Okay. It sort of works. Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna skip it. I'll have to work on that. Like, getting games and then customizing them. That's going to be a D3, D12 for sure for this device. Let's try one I didn't show off yesterday, and then I'll probably show more off later, either tomorrow or the next day. I'll start building in a 360 library. Oh my god. Alright, we didn't show Turok off. I do kind of want to do Perfect Dark. And since we know it works with Vulcan, we should be fine. That sucks with Street Fighter. I'm just lazy, man. Get out of here. Start mission. I never played Perfect Dark Zero. I played Perfect Dark on, was it 64? But I don't know if this was, this is just hear a lot of good things about this one. And then weren't they making a Perfect Dark game for this gen? And then they stopped or something?
Watch yourself, Joe. You're on Datadyne property now. Our employer wants you to break in, undetected.
Oh, and there was another thing.
Don't take kindly to intruders. Security is tight. Cameras, laser tripwires. Nothing you can't deal with.
Dual
but
battery
I'm on hand
mode.
just in case.
So we're using 14 watts, right?
Let's
Watch
start
when I
with that
click this
spider
on.
pod up there. It's locked down
Now
the
we're
door for
using
repairs.
31.
No time to hang about. Shoot it and
So,
get out.
oh, inverted. At least it works, right? And our buttons work. And I just broke it. Hooray! Alright, let's... Options, controls, standard style. Any invert? Okay.
With those things. Guess you better take got one. And the other. Okay, get going.
Oh my god, it's working! Huge graphical issues.
Single laser tripwire. Crouch and sneak beneath it.
All my controls are working.
Security was
Yep,
going
that
to
X input fixed that situation. Man,
It's safe to stand up now,
frickin'
Joe.
Street Fighter. Oh, so pissed I want to actually play that.
You're kidding. All this security just to protect wooden crates?
There's a
Whatever.
huge graphical issue going on. I don't know where I'm going because the wall is blending into everything. Wait a minute. Ah, break them box. Yeah. Break them box, boy.
Only way in is through that sensor.
What the hell?
Dive through it. You'll be okay.
Highway. Left bumper. Alright, let's go. What? You said I was gonna be okay. You lied. Okay. We're done. We're done with this one. It's cool that my controls work. Maybe there's stuff we could do with the graphics inside Xenia, but I'm not gonna figure that out today. I got a lot of work to do. But I'm really thinking that it's just turnip drivers that are gonna help you guys out. And there's no turnip drivers for me, unfortunately. All right, last game we'll do just do Turok. I know I showed that game off a zillion times, but I am excited to see if this can play it better than the Legion Go S, the one I returned to Best Buy. I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna say, but I'm pretty sure that the Turok game runs close to perfect on RPCSX with this. think I tried it out. That was before the update. So I want to see how well it handles with Xenia. Alright, here we go. I always sign in Xbox. I've had to, like, I complained in the beginning of my channel about this game. I found like at least 6 different other ways to play it now. Alright, let's... Alright, yeah.
Okay, rookie. Time to get your feet wet.
Of course. Of course it works.
There are no innocents here. No prisoners. No
It's crazy because the more linear games, they're gonna work. And Crackdown, I think, struggles so much because it's just a big open world. But if it's a linear game, we'll see. Because this part, I'll pause it too because this intro's forever. But this is pretty good, considering it's being emulated through an emulator, through another emulator. But they're gonna do their BS talking. And look, no graphical issues. What's crazy is that this works better than than RPCSX did. Well, maybe except that guy.
Hey, check it out. Hey, who's he?
It's just crazy, but I'll pause it.
Alright, meeting's over. Let's get ready to roll.
It is crazy, like, that this would be the way to do it. And already, like, it's pretty smooth. Man, it's quick. Alright, we'll just follow this guy, but once this spaceship starts exploding, I'm not dealing with that. But finally we'll be able to use Xbox controls for this game. It's the way or this is how I played it before. Or I should say growing up. It was on Xbox 360. Alright. Except these got shadow, but alright.
Paul wants me to walk you through some of the gear we'll be using once we get planetside. Ever used one of these? Once or twice.
Alright, we're not gonna deal with that. His head is gone. Alright, we'll do... Let's see. I said that was the last game, but another game just finished. Let me see. And then I'm going to show something else off that I'm working on, which is anything huge. But if I get it to work correctly, I will let you guys know. I just want to let you guys know what I was doing. There it is. Alright, if any of the Gears War games are going to work, it's going to be this one. Wait, what? Title failed. Oh, do I need to change it to 0? No, it's on 1. That sucks. As I say that, it doesn't work. Oh. Okay. Let's go here. Again, because Xenia Canary's in my Xenia manager, I gotta bring it closer. Alright. Alright, so we ran into a problem with the license title, right? No license enabled, because I changed it to 1. It's default to 0. The bind name. Should we do 0 or -1? I mean, 0 worked out pretty fine. So let's change it to 0. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, for me, again, on this crazy thingy. Oh my god. There we go. Oh my god. There we go. Alright. And oh, I just did something I didn't mean to do. Oh no. Okay. We're good. I hope that doesn't affect anything. Like moving stuff around like that, I get nervous. Alright, save. If that doesn't work, I'll just go straight to what I was going to show off. But I figured these tutorials could help somebody. Failed the launch title. Alright, you bastard. They even say, don't do this. It's a bad idea. Let's go here. Go here. Gotta get this out. We're gonna do -1. Just for this game to see if that will launch it. I'll have to remember to change that because I'm sure that'll be a problem later. If it works. Probably isn't. No. Doesn't matter. Okay. Enough of that. Alright. We'll just keep those open. Okay, so I'm working on this. It's not complete. And I don't think it's going to be the way to play games, but this could help you out if you need to update your games. And as you can see, there's the RPCSX emulator, the PC version. Pretty much doing the same thing we're doing with Xenia. Okay. So we're going to launch it. I'll go, the settings are like the same as Xenia. So if you've seen that, it's the same. See, it's going to upload, right? See, I got some games on here. I haven't got a game to, like, it boots, but I haven't got to actual gameplay. So yeah, but this is not why I set this up. I did this to see if it would work and if it would update, like, you know, da-da-da. And sure enough, excuse me, it does. So if we go to file, and this is good too for people that are just strictly doing Android and you want to play PS3 and you want to get those updates. So this is what I'm trying to get working correctly, but I haven't finished it yet because I fell asleep last night. So right there. Okay, so 3D Dot Game Heroes has an update available, right? So what you could do is you could go to copy info, copy serial number, okay, and then you would go to, because this is all done in the one window, so you don't have to go back and forth like I was trying to say before. You go to install packages, right? But that's just to get into your folder, because what we can do is we're gonna go here. So you already got a couple games with updates. You have to download Rusty, PSN, and GUI. And there's something I'm missing that I have to finish with this so it will work. But just type in Rusty, PSN, GitHub, and then make sure you get the GUI Windows version. And then extract it. Let's see. Oh wait, that's right. Go down here. Oh, files. Alright, hold on, let me see. Alright, so because I changed it to all files, it shows up. So there's our Rusty PSN exit, right? So with the one window, we can open it up, right? While this is open. It should work. If it doesn't do it here, I'll show you on Win later. Oh, my bad. I'm doing that wrong. I'm doing that backwards. We'll still use Gamehub, so you don't get try to make it as simple as possible. So don't do what I just did, because that would be to update the game in Xenia, but you can also go into cancel that. Go into container mode or desktop mode. And I promise you I'll go over. Wait, was this Xenia or was this RPCS3? I don't even know. Here, let me go over the settings too, because I know someone's going to be asking it. Alright, so I do have window mode on because of just using that application. But as you can see, even DXVK async, it still works. We can change it though to that one to make it easier, and then that one, right? And I got it in performance, and then right. But anyways, we're gonna go in container. Okay. So we go to computer, go to here, then I gotta find Rusty PSN, and then we're gonna open it up. Okay, so right here, let's see if it still remembers, because I did copy the serial number. No. So that one's minimized, it's kind of janky. Go back up, go here, go to your RPCS3, scroll down. You can make, I don't know if you can make a shortcut in, I'm sure you could, but whatever. Let's go here. And there you have it. You can run 2 applications at once. So there's 3D dots, right click 2, and then go here, copy info, serial number, and then we're gonna go back. This is annoying, and I can't move it at the moment, but Rusty PSN is right here. We're gonna go right here, we're gonna right click again, we're gonna paste, and we're gonna go right here, search for updates. There you have it. And then you go down here, download all. Download all, download all, download all. Sometimes it will show it here. If you're unsure, just go back to your computer, because it will make a folder for you in Rusty PSN called your PKGs. And as you can see, there's another thing there, so that's, and then right there, you see that it begins 3D. There's your update, right? So there's something I need to do in the settings, and I haven't done it yet. But typically you would go here, install packages, and then, but there's something I'm missing, because once I do that, yeah, it doesn't like it. But there's an additional step that I need to do that I forgot, but once I figure it out, something to do with GUI enabling and configuring with the kind of like the text file that you've seen before with Xenia. But that's how you would do it. And then once that has that, I'll see about how RPCS3 works the same way that Xenia works, but I doubt we'll get better performance, but who knows. I just haven't got around to it. I'm so tired. I just threw on some games. Like, I don't even, it's not gonna work, but we'll load up resistance, and because we're in container mode, it's gonna be like this little picture. But you see, and this is like so ridiculous to play this game. But you can see all this is still working. There's just some things I gotta tweak to get it to fully load, but I don't know if that's gonna be the way to do it. But this will definitely be the way to update your games and have your PKGs, and without using a computer if you don't want to. And then you can have these updates, and then you could do it manually through RPCSX. What you would do is, if theoretically if we had the game, is you would go to settings, you go view internal directory, you go to config, you go to, I think it was 0, hidden game, find the name of the game, click it, and then paste the PKG, and that's how you'd update the game. And this is a way to get the update. It's crazy, but it's a work in progress. So if you made this far, thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Take care.